general nerdery.
Alright, so we have 6 trailers to do for this one today, and I have focused all of my attention in getting distracted reading about the real-life wrestler from
one of them.
Do we want to start with that one?
Real quick, general nerdery trailers. Zach,
Tyler,
Steven.
Oh, hi, I'm Steven. I'm here too.
I love that we forgot to do an intro as kind of just become our intro for these. But
oh, by the way, this is who we are.
Hey, what up? Yeah, okay, first, before we go through this, and one of these trailers is like 3 months old because Steven didn't realize they existed until now.
Yeah.
We have Venom 3, we have The Queen of Villains, we have The Wild Robot Makes Me Cry, we have Twilight of the Gods, and we have Red 1.
And there's one...
Salem's Lot.
And Salem's Lot.
We remembered them all.
We remembered them all.
Between us.
Yeah, and a lot of them actually look pretty good.
So, order? Should we just go in order?
Yeah, let's just go. Okay, so Venom 3.
I don't I'm intrigued that Null is going to be in it. And that's about it now at this point. Like, I'm kind of curious to see Null on the big screen. And I kind of hate that they might get my money just because of that. But, like, I play too much Destroy.
Yeah, like, I only know... I only know Null because of it being in Marvel Snap.
I mean, I know him beyond that, but, like, I play a bunch of Destroy. That made me actually care about Null.
I don't care about Null. I do really enjoy Ryan Stegman, who is the artist who... I don't know if I think he created Null, but he at least did the most work on Null, if nothing else. Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that those two creators found out Null was in this when they released the trailer for it.
Oh, I saw something about that. I meant to look into it more, but I never did.
Like, hey, you want to pay us? Technically, Marvel does not have to. This was work for hire. They have no ownership rights of the character of Null.
It was Stegman, by the way. Yeah, looked it up.
That makes me so sad that that's a thing.
It is a huge problem in the comic book industry that creators who put in work to create the biggest characters in the world don't get... I mean, they get paid for it, but they don't get paid for it.
Yeah, that actually just came up because we had just mentioned Snap. Like, that actually came up in the world of Snap this past week and a half.
Oh, yeah, because some of the artists that they're doing variant stuff aren't getting paid for...
Right, yeah. Somebody was like... It was, oh god, I can't remember who the artist was, but it was one of the Emperor Hulkling variants. Somebody had posted up on Twitter, like, I love this. This is amazing. And the artist responded back like, yeah, I kind of wish I would have been paid for it.
Wild.
Because they do get paid for, like, an initial pinup or whatever that they do. But then, because Marvel owns the character, or owns the artwork at that point, they can technically do whatever they want with it.
They can turn it into a card and then animate it, 3Dify it.
Now, I understand work for hire is a thing, and I'm actually not necessarily against it, but there should be some level of creator rights that involve getting fucking compensated for your work. It's actually become... People complain about, like, oh, they just keep making new Spider-Man now, or new, like, where are the new original characters? Not going to those companies because...
Right, because then it's always that company's.
Yeah.
The creator can't continue to earn off that character.
So if creators have ideas, they have to publish them in self-published stuff, which is a way smaller market. So that's why, like, it's been a problem since forever in comics. It was a huge problem with Jack Kirby back in the 60s. But, like, now that there's multi-million-dollar movies coming out, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, it sucks because it's one of those things where, like, they knew what they were getting into going into it, but that doesn't make it good or fair.
Yeah. I understand. That's what I mean when I say I understand for what work for hire is, but Image Comics exists because they were selling millions of comic books a month and making fucking regular work rates. Like,
just because you can legally do something doesn't mean it doesn't make me want to flay you alive for doing it.
Also, Donny Cates got hit by a truck and had to relearn to walk and shit. And he's a comic book writer, so he could probably use some of that fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing is though, like just them finding out by the trailer.
That is
even
so
if you're
fucking
even if you're
rude.
not going to pay them, it might be nice to at least shoot them a heads up.
And
Yeah.
this is not unique.
Like, by
to,
the way,
this is not unique to Marvel, and it's
No.
not unique to creators that, no offense, I don't give a shit about, like whoever's making these Venom movies.
this has been a thing for a while.
Well,
it's
and
just
even
that,
like when they announced the Authority, Brian Hitch, who is the artist, the original artist for the Authority, found out when James Gunn announced it. So like even creators I'm a big fan of, like James Gunn, could have picked up a fucking phone. Could have fucking sent a Twitter DM. I don't know. Like,
Unfortunately, at the same time, I imagine there's a bit of like legal,
don't do that, or else you're inviting them to try to sue to get rights for this.
yeah, and giving them some sort of leeway into suing to get rights for this.
I don't know on that one, because like, hey, by the way, we're making a movie of the thing that you wrote for DC. I don't see, I mean, again, not a lawyer.
Yeah.
Don't fucking know how. But like, from a creator point of view, I think it's kind of bankrupt to not do this.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, but also at the same time, you did just agree that they created it, and therefore should
Well,
probably
yeah, but they already have creator credit.
they should be entitled some currency that, that
Agreed.
money is basically that's me giving like James Gunn the benefit of the doubt there of like he legally was told like you're not allowed to do this.
I don't think it's from a legal thing. I think it's from a preventing leaks thing.
I think that's also more
I think
than
that's
likely.
also
Because I mean, those contracts are real set. When Ed Brubaker talked about, he got more money cameoing in The Winter Soldier than he did for like creating the Winter Soldier. At least for the initial like comic books that it came out as. He wrote a like almost 10-year Captain America run, so I think it evened out over. But still, like, he got more money for being in a fucking background scene of the Winter Soldier, because you get the like.
Now I'm curious, who is he in the background scene of the Winter
I don't
Soldier?
know. I don't think he's even a named character. I think they were like, look, it's Brubaker. Like,
well, there's I don't know. This is only tangential to it, but like there's also, I think it would help to get better contracts for these creators if the public at large knew more about how all of the money worked so that they could get upset about the right things.
well, it's like again, this is as old as time. You know, Jack Kirby used to get really frustrated because Stan Lee would get credit for everything. One, because Stan's kind of a legendary thief, like for whatever. And my view of Stan Lee is a lot more rounded than like the old school he's a hero or the modern he's just a villain. But like, Stan Lee got all the credit, and at one point Jack's agent called up a reporter and was like, hey, you talked to Stan Lee, you want to do an interview with Jack Kirby as well? And he goes, who's that? Stan Lee writes and draws all of this. No, fuck you, man. Like,
but I mean, off of the big two, I remember it was a constant in interviews with Robert Kirkman. People would be like, so now that The Walking Dead is the biggest TV show of like the past decade, what are you doing with all that money you're making? And he's like, guys, I do a creator-owned comic. I've made 10 times more on the comic than I ever have on the TV show.
yeah, like, I got a good deal on the TV show and I make stuff, but like, I'm not. Also, it's Kirkman, so he's just writing increasingly weirdly violent comic books.
Right.
And I say that as someone who appreciates Kirkman. Like,
But I think there's just like, there's a general view that anybody involved with something that's going in movies or TV suddenly just becomes flush with cash.
yeah.
And that's not what's happening.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Very few people at this point are getting flush with cash anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's just the fact of the matter.
Now that we've had this giant bummer of a conversation, the trailer looks fine.
I don't know if I'm like I said, I want to see Null, but like this trailer didn't do much to actually sell me on watching the movie any more than
every
that.
Venom movie
In all
looks
honesty,
worse than the previous one.
It sold me more on watching the sequel because I still haven't watched 2. I've only watched the first one, and the first one's fun. It's I remember it being fun. I have not had any urge to go back and rewatch it. I wouldn't actually have any urge to necessarily recommend it to anybody. I do remember it being enjoyably fun when I watched it.
We've talked about it. The thing that I will say in favor of Venom is a lot of people who don't really give a shit about the comic books liked it. My wife, who doesn't read comics and is fine on superhero movies, she watches them with me, but it's not something she goes out of her way, likes Venom. She really enjoyed watching Venom.
Yeah.
Mostly just because of Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy. But I agree with the assessment that the first Venom mostly felt like a superhero movie out of 2003. And each one looks progressively worse to me. So we're hitting Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance at this point.
Which, hey, man, how long has it been since you watched that? Because that movie's fucking weird.
About 2 years ago for the podcast.
I did see I did see somebody throwing out as a joke online of like, what, like, we know that this is the last Venom, but like the Sony verse is going to go on because Sony doesn't want to give up their hold on the properties. So what if this sets up for basically Sony's Avengers, where their current slate of protagonists have to team up to try to take down Null? So Madame Web, Morbius, Craven, and Venom.
And except you know what it is? They've been trying to make a Sinister Six movie.
Forever. Yeah.
2010. Since the second Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie. So it's not their Avengers, it's the Sinister Six.
And it's somehow even worse.
I heard a rumor that Spider-Man 4 is going to feature Tom Hardy as Venom, but it was a very unreliable looking rumor. They really want the Tom Hardy Spider-Man, but everyone keeps being like, no, we want this to keep making money. You can't touch it.
What did we watch after that?
The Queen of Villains.
Oh yeah. Is that, I'm guessing, a series from what that trailer we watched. That seemed like a bit too much to be a movie.
I think it is a series.
2023 drama.
I hope it's a movie.
First episode date, I believe it is a TV. Yep, it's a TV series.
Yeah.
So this is about a real-life professional wrestler from Japan named Dump Matsumoto, which is a great fucking wrestler name, first of all.
Yeah, I saw this trailer like last week, and we didn't watch it on trailers last week because I forgot about it. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, I need to make Zach and Tyler watch this if they haven't already.
I had already seen it. I ended up spending time looking her up because a friend of mine is a big fan of one of her partners, a woman named Bull Nakano, who was actually put in the WWE Hall of Fame like a year ago.
Oh, cool.
I've not watched Japanese wrestling. I want to watch Japanese wrestling because Japanese wrestling is fucking insane.
Yes.
Yes.
Every weird and violent thing that we have picked up in American wrestling comes from Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, so the very first biography I ever read was Mick Foley's.
Oh yeah, and his time in Japan was fucking
mm-hmm.
wild. So Mick Foley is a big name wrestler from like the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was working for WCW before he went to Japan, but I'm not sure.
I don't remember for certain, but
this man's insane. He lost his ear in one wrestling bout that he did. I mean, literally his ear got torn off.
Yikes.
And he got angry that they didn't use it as an angle. They were like, I lost my fucking ear. The least you could do is make us some money off of it. But he's got a thing talking about. I like that we both went to Mick Foley. I watched his Hot Ones interview is fucking amazing.
Oh, I don't know if I've watched his Hot Ones yet.
It's really good. But he talks about like he saw a picture of himself because his like thing at the end when he won, he'd do like finger guns and go bang bang. I don't know why, but it was charming. Is like there's a short video of him at the end of a Japanese death match, which is just like you get set on fire, you get hit with baseball bats with barbed wire around it. Like they choose who win, but it goes like a real fight kind of thing.
Wild.
I mean, he's the guy that that made the Undertaker throw him off a like 20-foot cage off the top. Yeah, it's
why? Why would you do this?
His tooth went out his lip and up into his nose. Mick Foley is a lot, but he's just like this nice big cuddly. But anyways, he was talking.
He also did an amazing documentary about mall Santas that I highly, highly recommend watching.
But he talks about like
I love it
at the end of one of these death matches, and he's going bang bang, and there's the smile, and he's like, "You can't fake that smile." So there is something going on here that I legitimately loved. So I don't know, but like not Bull Nakano, Dump Matsumoto. I ended up looking up her while trying to look up this and got distracted. She was a huge wrestler in the 80s, starting in 1980, and she went through 1998 and then like showed up off and on for the next 15 to 20 years. So she's one of those 40-year wrestling careers.
That's wild.
Was considered the inspiration in a lot of ways for big name wrestlers like the Road Warriors, who were like, if you looked at wrestling toys in the 90s, I didn't know wrestling. I still had a rough idea of who the Road Warriors were because they had like ridiculous face paint and mohawks and shoulder pads with big spikes and shit and like the whole thing. But what I got really distracted on is that she is inspired by the, forgive pronunciation, the rock band Kiss, but the Sukeban subculture, which is Japanese girl gangs in the 70s. So there was a culture of male gangs in the 70s that were like student street toughs, kind of modeling themselves off the Yakuza. But they wouldn't let girls join, so they created their own girl subculture, Sukeban, that started as like being a jerk and smoking in the bathrooms, and then turned into legitimate crime sprees. And there were groups like, this is the part that I wanted to, gangs ranged in size from Tokyo's United Shoplifters Group, which one is a great fucking name, conspiring roughly 80 members, to the Kanto Women's Delinquent Alliance, rumored to have been around 20,000 members.
Fuck, that's awesome.
That is 20,000 young high school girl delinquents.
Good for them.
Going around as the Kanto Women Delinquent Alliance. Like, that's so fucking good.
Baller move, and proud of them.
Again, the trailer looks fun. It's hard to say. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's like, it's
a Japanese series from Netflix, and it's subtitled, and I also watched the dubbed version, so...
I know I have trouble watching subtitle stuff because my attention is too easy.
I feel like I will need to watch either just the dub and no subtitles, because they're definitely different.
Or put my phone in a lockbox.
Yep.
Marvel Snap will ruin this show for me on accident.
I think what would have made this trailer, and who knows, maybe they don't show this in the trailer because they take a different angle during the show and it's not a thing about it, but like the whole first half of this trailer is setting up that like she starts out as kind of a failure and gets pushed to do this as a way to succeed. Like, she doesn't have conventional star power. But there's a way that she can still become a star.
And I kind of got the sense that she was the one that made that choice of like...
But like after that the first half of the trailer and that being like the major struggle, I thought it was going to imply like that the rest of it was going to be kind of about like her struggles with dealing with having to adopt that persona. But instead it suddenly shifted to being like, now everybody wants to use her and make money off of her, and she suddenly just sort of falls to the background for the last half of the trailer.
I am getting the sense that a large part of this is going to be Dump Matsumoto's inner rage, going from like trying to hold it down to just unleashing it. But who knows? It's interesting. Netflix has caught on that wrestling is really big right now, and they've gone all fucking in. They made this. They made a huge deal with WWE to get Raw, one of the weekly wrestling shows, on there. And I think some of the pay-per-views are going to be going on there as well.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know on that one. I've not figured out where that lands, and that will determine how much money Netflix starts getting off of it.
They've also been trying to do like more live broadcasts, so that makes sense.
They also funded the second season of Heels, which is Stephen Amell's Amell?
Oh, Amell,
the Arrow guy.
yeah.
Amell. Stephen Amell's wrestling show that he did after Arrow ended.
Yeah, because he's a huge wrestling guy, which is hilarious.
He's a member of the fucking Bullet Club, which is a major Japanese staple. Like, also, he did a really interesting interview with a interviewer named Chris Van Lay. Interviews everyone, but his YouTube interview channel is mostly wrestling related.
Okay.
It looks, but yeah, this trailer doesn't give us much to go on. It made me look up Dump Matsumoto. And I am interested in Dump Matsumoto, which made me interested in this trailer. But, like,
this trailer makes, like, I probably wouldn't have had this much on my radar without watching the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably still not going to go out of my way to watch this show unless I start hearing rave reviews about it. But now, if I hear about it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that was that one? I will catch up with
I know what this is. I'm curious now. Yeah, I'm landing in a similar spot.
Same. Like, I'm curious to know. I hope it's good, because, like, I love a fat character, in all honesty. Give me a fat character. Not gonna split any hairs about this. That's a major selling factor for me. But also at the same time, like, I fucking love a fucking female wrestler Japanese biography. That sounds fucking interesting. I hope it's good. I would like to try it when it comes out, but who fucking knows?
Well, and wrestling in the 80s was the Wild fucking West. So, like, because it was right at the point where wrestling was starting to get a much more national, or I guess in this case, international attention. And it was evolving into the kind of spectacle that we know it as today. So it's a weird fucking time. The Wild Robot.
Yeah, so, like, I'm glad that's the final trailer, because, like, we don't need to be...
trailers made me tear up.
Like, we don't need to be crying in my living room every time we watch trailers, right? Like,
right? Holy shit, dude. I'm glad we watched the first trailer for this when it first dropped, and they had no voices listed. Like, there was no voice work in it in the initial trailer, but they announced how many, like, voice actors were going to be in it.
And I was initially disappointed because I kind of wanted it to not have dialogue. I kind of just wanted it to be about this robot landing in the wild and figuring its shit out. But, like,
and even if it's just the robot that has dialogue, but all the animals are just like fucking animals.
Yeah.
But holy shit, dude, I'm gonna cry when I see this movie. This movie looks so fucking good.
It is gorgeous. Holy shit, that animation.
Dude, and, like, DreamWorks, they even prime you with, like, from the studio that brought you these.
How to Train Your Dragon.
I actually kind of hate it when trailers do that, because I'm like, is it the same director? Is it the same animation team? Because a lot of times, no, it's not.
No. But also at the same time, like, the studios have set up certain prestige settings for, like,
I get it.
Like, Pixar as an animation studio has, like, a certain understanding that, like, they're different directors for most of their movies and different projects.
It's like how all the film nerds get excited anytime an A24 trailer drops.
Right.
It doesn't matter who's doing it. It's A24.
Like, there's a certain amount of level of prestige behind this company doing whatever they're doing that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen. But, like, also, fucking How to Train Your Dragon was really fucking good.
I never saw the third one, but the first two are phenomenal.
The first one is incredible, and the second one is really good, and the third one is really fucking solid.
I'm not doubting it's bad. It's one of those that like slipped through the cracks.
And the other two movies that they referenced that they worked on in the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, DreamWorks. When they're fucking firing on all cylinders.
So one of the other ones they referenced is Puss in Boots, and I thought it was funny because just this week I ran into somebody pointing out online something that gave me a bit of a chuckle, where Antonio Banderas' portrayal of Puss in Boots is just a parody of his portrayal as Zorro, but he has now been Puss in Boots like 5 times longer than he was ever Zorro.
Yeah, because he was in, what, 2 Shrek movies and like 3 Puss in Boots movies?
Yeah.
3 or 4. I can't remember if The Last Wish is supposed to be the 4th or the 3rd.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, he did 2 Zorro movies.
But apparently it is also incredible.
That's all I've heard. Like, I was just like, fuck it, whatever, Puss in Boots. And then it dropped and people were like, oh no, this is amazing. And I'm like, you have got to be fucking shitting me.
And I follow a couple of people who are big animation nerds, and they'll post GIFs and stuff. So I have certain bits that have been like spoiled for me, and like story beat wise, like there's some beats that just like in GIF form have gotten me to like tear up. It's like,
yeah, it never even occurred to me to try it until you guys started telling me this, because the Shrek movies were kind of a case of diminishing returns. Like, Shrek 2 is good. I remember Shrek 3 being not very good. And then did they make a Shrek 4?
And 5.
I don't know,
and
but like
series.
If we have any younger listeners, here's my hot take, and like, go fuck yourselves. The Monkeys original version of I'm a Believer is 50 million times better than the fucking Smash Mouth version.
Oh,
Fight
yeah.
me.
Oh yeah.
I like how you say younger listeners and then you reference a band from like 1997.
Dude, yeah, but dude, no, these younger cats go crazy for that version from the fucking Shrek soundtrack because they were like 4 when it came out.
I get it.
So
Smash
it's the
Mouth's
version they
Astro
know.
Lounge was my first album that I ever bought for myself. Okay, you're right. The Monkeys version is infinitely better, get me wrong. I know Smash Mouth is trash music, but they also put out some decent bops. Like,
oh yeah, no, I'll agree with that. Like, I fucking wore out my tape of Astro Lounge. Like,
yeah, and also I understand I understand what you're putting down, and like there's certain covers that I'm like, you're wrong. The original's better. I don't care. The original's better. The cover's good, but the original's better.
and I just have to hear the cover all the time because it's like the only version the radio plays now.
Yeah.
It's superseded it. The other one that comes up to my mind is Blondie's Hanging on the Telephone. Everybody knows Blondie's Hanging on the Telephone and not the Nerves Hanging on the Telephone. Infinitely better, in my opinion.
Oh god, what's this song from Donnie Darko?
Oh, the Mad World?
Mad World is also a cover.
Yeah, it is.
The original version is really fucking weird though when you start with the Mad World from...
Okay, here's the one that everyone always misses that's a cover. Torn.
One's Torn.
Natalie Imbruglia. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel.
That's a cover?
Yes.
Who did the original?
Some, like, Riot Girl group.
That's even better.
This is how I'm torn.
Like, it wasn't, like, super hard or
no,
anything, but, like...
I actually like Riot Girl.
I love Riot Girl, and when I can get away with playing it at work, it's the fucking best. Yeah, this trailer is 100% something that made me want to go see this in theaters, and I am fully comfortable crying in theaters.
I am still not going to go to theaters just because I don't like going to theaters. Also because I want to watch this one with Cece, and I will not drag her to a theater.
The thing that I think is going to be hilarious about this one is that there's going to be a ton of parents that didn't really pay attention to the trailers. They're just like, oh, it looks cute. It's Pixar. I'm going to take my kid to it. And Pixar, it is going, or you know what I mean, DreamWorks. And it is going to wreck those parents.
Yeah.
It is going to just rend into their souls.
This one looks designed to ruin parents that are taking their kids to the movie.
It reminded me of, like, it gave me energy of, like, I don't think, like, beat-wise or story-wise it's going to be at all similar, but it was like, oh, we got a Fox and the Hound kind of scenario, which destroyed me as a child.
To watch Fox and the Hound anymore.
Which That's actually weird to realize in hindsight that that's definitely the movie that was like the movie I watched and like, oh no.
It's like people who went to Watership Down not knowing what it was. The thing that pulls me out of this a little bit is how much the Wild Robot's face is just Atomic Robo's face. And I'm mad about that because if you haven't read it, Atomic Robo is a comic book from Brian Clevenger, who did 8-Bit Theater webcomic way back in the day. I don't know if you knew any of that. But great.
I love 8-Bit Theater.
Atomic Robo, while none of it is like over the top brilliance, it is just one of the most like solidly made, intelligent, well written, funny, ongoing comics of the 21st century. Like, it never misses a beat. And I think it, one, deserves way more credit than it gets, but two, I'm kind of mad that I am sure that someone just looked at that and went, we're just gonna take your face and not pay you for it.
Yeah, and see, it was reminding me of a combination of Big Guy from Big Guy and Rusty crossed with Baymax.
I can see the Baymax quite a bit in there, for sure. No, it looks like it's going to be great. That's about all I have to say about that. It looks like it's going to be great.
Oh, you were not wrong on the Atomic Robo.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. Except the Wild Robot didn't fight in World War II.
That we know of.
Or Sky Pirates. There's a whole Sky
that
Pirates
we know
arc.
of.
That is Wild Robot 2.
There's probably Sky Pirates. There's probably Robot Sky Pirates, but...
Hell yeah.
Wild Robot 2, even wilder.
Salem's Lot.
It's been since the 90s that I saw the original Salem's Lot. I just always, like, shorthand in my head is like, oh yeah, that's the Stephen King vampire one. That's the vampire one. That's all I ever have for Salem's Lot in my head. And I do remember, like, the eyes, the glowing eyes, which they did really well in this trailer.
Yeah, this looks like a fun thing, like a spoopy season watch for me.
Honestly, it was kind of giving me, like, 30 Days of Night vibes, which I'm down with.
It kind of was giving me vibes of The Fog.
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
But not as an insult, because I do know people don't like The Fog. Both the original and the remake.
So, as someone who has never seen the original or read the book or really follows Stephen King, I guess so, as outsider perspective as you can get on this one, it looks like a generic monster or generic vampire movie without an interesting head vampire.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, like, if I'm watching a vampire movie, I want the interesting vampire. Like, the main guy. But that's fine to not... I don't know. Like, I was really looking for something interesting to say, and I'm like, it just looks like a vampire. It looks like a well-made vampire movie, but...
As we watched this, I became more and more aware of the fact that I don't know if I've actually ever watched the original Salem, or the 90s Salem's Lot. I definitely haven't read the Stephen King.
I never did read it. Yeah.
I'm familiar with it, but I don't know if I've actually ever watched it.
Was that from his very coke-heavy days? Because there was like a 10-year period where he was making some of the best work of his career, apparently, but there was a lot of cocaine involved.
Oh, he doesn't remember writing Cujo. He's like, damn. I went on a weekend bender and I came to my senses next to like a finished manuscript and a trash can full of like bloody tissue paper.
Oh shit.
But Cujo came from it, so like...
And they got a movie.
Yeah, I think a decent one. I like Cujo. I really like fucking drugged up Stephen King work. Firestarter might be my favorite Stephen King.
Is Maximum Overdrive in that era?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He was on a ton of coke during Maximum Overdrive.
Listen to the name Maximum Overdrive and ask yourself if that sounds like a coke thing.
No.
With the Green Goblin van?
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Definitely
that
doesn't.
One.
Doesn't scream Coke to me. Pepsi Max.
Oh, he actually popped up in 2 of the trailers, but I am excited to see Pilu Ansbach getting work or Asbach, because he was actually not the problem for his character when he was on Game of Thrones. He was what I was talking about off mic. We were talking about this a little bit. Like, the guy that played Euron Greyjoy is also part of Salem's Lot, as well as Twilight of the Gods. He was like the main guy.
Is he the dick cut off guy?
No.
No, that's Ramsay something. But
Bolton?
Well, that's Theon Greyjoy. He's his.
Okay, I knew Greyjoy was involved with the dick cutting, but I had long since stopped watching.
Well, it happened to Theon from Ramsay.
Okay.
That's the guy from Misfits.
Ramsay was the guy from Misfits. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ramsay, no, that guy was one of the most impressive actors I can think of off the top of my head, with the differences between Ramsay Bolton and his character in Misfits.
This is the most all over the place episode we've ever done.
Whatever.
It's a trailer.
Because these trailers are fine.
Red one.
I mean, I guess I'm glad that Steven got to see it, because I've been seeing this trailer for like the past 2 months.
This is the first I even heard of it.
And I actually think this movie looks like a lot of fun. I'm super excited to watch it some Christmas with my family.
Yeah, same. This will be a movie that I will watch with my family.
It looks dumb, but they watch a ton of real dumb Christmas movies, and I think I'm going to be more into this one than some of the other ones they watch. So
yeah, I would rather watch a dumb Christmas action movie than most Christmas comedies or pretty much any Hallmark.
That David Harbour Santa Claus Christmas movie, by the way, is
that Santa's
Violent
Sleigh?
Night, I think.
Oh yeah, no, Santa Sleigh's the one with what?
Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
It's real fucking fun, by the way.
Santa Sleigh is also real fucking fun. He definitely spears somebody in it.
Yeah, it's Goldberg.
Because it's Goldberg.
Chris Evans and Dwayne The Rock Johnson are getting a little oversaturated.
I do like that this seems to be more like shithead Chris Evans, which I miss seeing sometimes.
Yeah, we don't get enough of shithead Chris Evans. The last time we got close to shithead Chris Evans was Knives Out.
Wasn't he pretty shithead in that one?
And
he's very shithead, but he's supposed to be not shithead for the first half of it.
Oh, okay.
Also Deadpool Wolverine.
That makes sense.
The Rock is oversaturated, but also, I don't mind him doing this because this isn't one that they're, trying to sell me that it's going to be this, world-changing movie. And I guess I'm still just mad at him for Black Adam.
And see, I'm mad at him for The Game Day.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Or The Tooth Fairy.
Ugh. But, The Rock doing dumb action movies that look fun, that's his oeuvre. I don't think he needs to be in the, when they're he's the most valuable actor in the world when it comes to, box office. No, I don't give a shit about that. I want him in stupid action films. I want him as the Scorpion King. Or fucking, Rampage looked kind of fun.
Oh, Rampage is very fun, by the way.
Or that one, I don't even remember what it was called, but the whole thing about it was basically he had to jump out of a skyscraper that was going to fall down or something.
Oh, no, I think it's called Skyscraper.
Yeah, something like that.
Literally.
He did 2 movies where he's jumping out of skyscrapers. One of them, I think, is called Skyscraper, and then there's one called San Andreas. And that one's also about, earthquakes.
Yeah, that's earthquakes. Because, San Andreas fault.
Yeah.
Or, the Jumanji movies. I don't want...
Was Jungle Cruise good?
I heard it was fun in the exact same way that what we're talking about here. I'm not growing watching these movies at all, but I like Chris Evans.
Yeah. I'm basically expecting this movie to take the place of the Santa Claus in my Christmas watching lineup.
God, I hope so.
I wish I could replace it at this point, but it's so fucking bedrock for my partner. And me as that movie.
I get it.
Yeah.
It was never a big
Theo
one.
Rose, such a clatter ladder company.
It was never a big one for me. It is the best Tim Allen movie, but what a fucking low bar that is.
No. The best Tim Allen movie is Toy Story.
Okay, that's true. I'll give you that one. I forgot that he was in that.
Then Toy Story 2, then Toy Story 3.
Schindler's Toy Box.
Oh, maybe swap around. Toy Story 3 is fucking great.
Maybe Toy Story 4 in there.
I don't.
And then the Santa Claus.
Okay. Of his live actions where I actually have to see his face.
No, that's Wild Hogs.
I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't talk movies.
This hog is wild.
You don't get to rank movies around me. You're not allowed to anymore. Because your ranks are wrong.
I just don't like Tim Allen, okay?
I don't either. He's way too conservative.
My
men's right activist
watched a lot of that weird fucking sitcom he did. That
Last
was,
Man Standing.
Oh.
Made for conservative audiences, and then it was canceled by liberals because it like.
No, it's just not funny. I've seen like 3 or 4 episodes.
And
it's
it
not
lasted
good.
like 5 seasons. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Although, didn't someone like...
They brought it back because he whined so much.
Isn't one of the daughters in that show, like... Didn't she go on to be in Booksmart?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck, maybe.
I know that it was like time to go do something else when Cece's parents would put on Last Man Standing. We would be like, well, it's about that time.
Home Improvement. Not good, but
Did not like it.
nostalgia.
No, I liked it. I liked that show.
I love that JTT.
That ZTB.
Also love Wilson. He's a sage-like guy who lives behind a fence.
And Richard Karn.
Yeah, Richard Karn's pretty nice.
Anyway, what else did we watch?
That was it.
That was it. Yeah, we
didn't talk about Twilight of the Gods yet.
Oh
no,
shit.
yeah, we skipped that one. That one actually looked really fucking cool.
It looks like a discount Samurai Jack. I'm sorry.
It definitely looked like it was trying to ape that style.
I think maybe Zack Snyder should have been doing animation this entire time.
100% yes. His style would work well animated.
He does kind of do live action animation. I don't know why this one didn't work for me. Because nothing about it looked particularly, like, bad. But something about it kind of made me think of, like, old school Flash animation as opposed to Gendy Tartakovsky, like Samurai Jack stuff. Which I think is what it was trying to go for. The voice acting squad is good, even though the one time I didn't think any of the voices overly hit. And it's strange that I thought that the characters looked too clean. Because that's not something I usually care about, but, like... I don't know. Something about this movie, like, nothing looked bad about it to me. And you guys really liked it, so I'm, like, glad about that. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. But everything looked just a little too, like... in the middle to, like, stick the landing.
I do somewhat agree in that, like, if I had to choose 2 of the biggest, like, visual influences for it, I would say Samurai Jack and Secret of the Kells, which...
That's a good pull on that.
But, like,
both
a
of
more
those...
generic version of those.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, a less well-done version of both of those.
Yes.
So I do agree with you on that front. I think I'm excited to see Zack Snyder doing something in a format that I feel like he finally makes sense for me.
Yes.
I feel like, other than Dawn of the Dead, most of his movies are so wildly bombastic. Like, why just fucking make that an animated movie?
Because people don't respect animated movies.
No, they do not.
I pretty much just straight up agree with you. Like, watching this, I'm like, Snyder should have probably just been doing this the entire time, because it fits very well with the vision he has for the way things should move. And
imagine if he had done Sucker Punch as an animated.
Oh, a Sucker Punch would be like a million times better as an
either
animated.
Just like a fucking Toonami fucking 3-part miniseries.
It would be remembered as a masterpiece as opposed to a not very good movie that has some really specific fans.
Yeah.
You know what though? I do enjoy his Watchmen.
I feel like he didn't actually, like, pay attention to Watchmen while making an adaptation of Watchmen, but...
He did the movie, right? That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about? It was fun.
I feel like the changes that were made were the ones that made the most sense to change for a movie.
My problem is I just feel like he, like... it is strange, and it's interesting, actually, but I just don't think it was on purpose, which would have made it more interesting, that he took the comic book that deconstructs superheroes for good or ill in the wider
And
format.
just makes them more super.
And then undeconstructs them and just tells a superhero story with them. And that's interesting to me, but I think it was an accident. Which makes it less interesting to me. Like, any Zack Snyder movie I've watched, I've at least had some fun with, other than I did not like Justice League. And even that had some bits that I enjoyed. And
even that, his cut is better than the Whedon cut.
No, I don't know. I didn't bother to watch it.
It is better, but fuck me, it's long.
Yeah, it is.
God. I decide if you're going to do it as a 4-part series or a movie. Don't fucking half and half me like that bullshit.
Or just make 3 movies.
But, any Zack Snyder thing I've ever seen, there is stuff I like. But it's never anything, for me at least, to write home about.
Yeah.
And I guess that is my assessment of this trailer. It looks like it should be firing on all cylinders for me, and it just gets me the, B-.
I think that's about all I got, though. I'm interested. I'll probably watch the first episode.
And then
I'm not
there.
sure. Yeah. And then I'm not sure. That's another one, though. I will say, though, I some of the voices I couldn't place just watching the trailer, but Peter Stormare in it is going to be a lot of fun. Stormare is just always so much fun. And Christopher Reeve.
Sorry, I just was looking up. I think Zack Snyder maybe did work on some animated thing that I just completely remembered.
Did he actually direct the Tales of the Black Freighter segment of Watchmen?
I don't know about that. I was.
I did make that into a full little.
They did do that. I don't know if he did that, but I'm seeing he was supposed to have directed some of the Army of the Dead Las Vegas animated tie-in that was made.
Okay. Oh, he didn't direct the Tales from the Black Freighter. He just was a writer on it. God, I only watched all those segments once.
I remember liking them best, but I like animation, so I think that's it.
Yeah, cool. That's all I got.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi everybody, General Tyler here. If you like the show, please hit subscribe however you're listening to us right now. Also, if you could rate and review us however you're listening to us right now, or preferably over at Apple Podcasts, we would super appreciate it, as the whole world is ran on algorithms, and we want to be all up in them, getting our voice out to more places. Also, tell your friends. We always appreciate that. If you want to get in contact with us, ask us questions, give us comments, email us generalnerderypod@gmail.com. You can also contact us through our website, www.generalnerdcast.com. While you're there, check out all of our back catalog, or click the links up at the top, as we are part of the Earworm Podcast Network. Go check out all of our sister shows. We're involved with most of them, so if you already like listening to us talk, it might be in your best interest. And if you want to check out everything from the network, head over to earworm.com, EARVVYRM.com. We'd super appreciate it. Love you all. Have a good one.